not only with our intention, but also with everything that we've experienced here as the group. So what a beautiful way to start the day. So welcome.
Mm-hmm.
So I invite you, Jesse, to continue on in whatever way you would like, or anyone that feels in their heart something that your heart wants to express. Yes, please.
So as I sit here in my meditative seat, I feel and sense the power of my energy and how I am connected to the energy of the divine, because I can feel it right now, really intense. And for that for me, that always shows up. And I don't need to, I do try to know and understand, but most of the time I just let go and accept the way it is. So for me, that shows up as becoming really, really cold. I get surrounded in a lot of cold, breezy energy. And I love being here and feeling the sense that I am supported and connected. When Craig speaks about his 3 Gs, which I think are phenomenal, and I use them nearly every day with my kids, and I speak to them through the 3 Gs. Then it brought up for me today that I have such a disconnect to the 3 Gs on some level. Even though I can sit here and feel the presence and power of something very clearly, the block to the recognition, the minimization, the undermining of that there could possibly be something genius, gifted, and great within. So that's just what came up for me. That hasn't come up in a while for me, particularly doing these sessions. That hasn't really come up in a long while. But I just like right here, right now, there's something or someone like just blowing an energy straight over my left shoulder. So that's really cool. But there's this, I suppose, imbalance or discrepancy between that and the 3D of that, if that makes sense. It's like I have it all around me. I feel it when I sit in the right space every time I meditate. Yeah, but there's that discrepancy, misalignment. And maybe from a place of always, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it and take us all through it. What part, Jesse? I don't, the presence is what I feel. Into our genius. Well, that's the wobble, isn't it? That's.
I'll dance with you. Yeah. And so as you were going through it, it's like you had a realization of these 3 Gs, and you were talking about, oh, what if we could connect to it? And when I connect to it, and when it does this, it feels like this. And we're all sitting here going, wow, yeah, you can talk all you want about it. It does nothing for me. Now I can try really hard to relate to you, and we do that here. We're really good listeners. Most people are not. So the best experience for people is to experience it, not to experience you talk about your experience about it. And you were talking about alignment, and it's like our gifts here is to align it. That's the tools we have. That is the value we are learning.
Mm.
And yes, being put on the spot like that brings up all sorts of resistance or a wobble. But
I
how
don't know.
else?
I think, to be fair, I think it just comes from my story of how I can speak to my children and speak to them about their gifts and their genius and their greatness. But that's new language for me. So it was never spoke. So if somebody like you, Jesse, say that's why we're here, this is aligning, this is why we're here, and this is why we connect, then part of me is like, oh, I have a wobble here because if I say this, I'll be shot off the group. But it's like, to me, it's like, is that really a gift? So that's the pullback. Let's keep you back there. Is that really a gift? That's not a gift. That's nothing really. That's
Yeah. And what is that? What would you call that?
well, that's the resistance. That's the wobble.
What's your action though? What's your action? What would you call the action that you take? Normal, your old pattern.
Sabotage.
Undermining. I hear you take away from, minimize.
Which
So
is
gifts can't be anything special. So we have to be below it. It has to be under it. It has to be, can't ever have it. Yeah, that's yours.
Mhm.
So who can't have gifts?
Who can't have greatness? Who can't have genius? Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say? What would you say? Who can't have gifts?
Well, me.
Okay. Yeah. How about anyone else?
Yeah, that rings true for me too. It's a heart thing.
So
Yeah.
my answer is going to be anybody else with the same, stories and experiences that
It's just,
you're not honored with them. You don't deserve them. Well, that's what the child thinks that doesn't receive them. And I'm not talking about physical gifts. Unfortunately, there was too much of that to compensate for the lack of the true gifts. Give me the true gifts any day. Take money. Take away the compromise. Yeah, take away the compensation of the material gifts any day.
So if it was a material gift, you unwrapped it, what would be there?
What came to me straight away when you said that, it was just a surge of greatness. Like, just that was the feeling.
That was yours. That's your greatness.
Mm.
That's your gift. You see how gift, greatness, genius, gift, greatness, genius, gift, greatness, genius, they just overlap.
So I suppose, Jesse, the gift, greatness, genius, to me, what I learned that was, which just after hitting me here, that was only ever materialistic, right? So as I describe how I am here in my gift, greatness, genius, it's a felt sense. How I
Yes.
know that I'm connected. However, my experience of gift, greatness, genius was always too materialistic. So there's a clash, isn't there? Which causes the internal conflict of what gift, greatness, genius is.
And what were you talking about the whole time? Oh, alignment. Let's alignment. Align all that up. And you're not even aligned.
No, I'm not. That's why I'm here. If I was, I wouldn't be here, would I? Maybe.
Can I
So
throw
talk
in an
about it or
observation too?
experience. Please.
Yeah. Yeah, Lynn, when Jesse asked you the question,
Oh,
you had an impulse, but an impulse to say something. But what you did is you didn't have the permission, or you didn't feel free to communicate the impulse. Instead, you gave us language.
I want to say something, to be fair, or not to be fair, but I feel I need to say this. Many of us in this group have done exactly the same thing. So I really need you to take that into consideration then at this point.
yeah, to be fair, I think thanks a million, Alison. It just shows me where I am on my journey, and that
Yeah.
it just shines
Well,
light on.
Yeah, the truth is it shows us where we all are. And that's why the reason I observed that and noticed it is because that's my own impulse.
Good catch, Craig.
Yeah. So the truth for me is that all of this is rooted in heartbrokenness.
Yes.
Okay. And so we're examining how our hearts react and how they protect and how they are held back. Because some situation in the past has, for me anyway, some situation in the past has caused my heart to retract, to shrink.
I think everybody has.
Yeah, and what I'm getting about that is that it's physiological.
Mhm.
Okay, because our physical heart and the emotional chemistry and all that kind of thing causes it to retract. And when we're very small, we can't tell the difference between our physiology and our soul, so to speak.
Well, and nor others around us.
Exactly.
So that's the point earlier, is what's mine, where's my energy and theirs, and be able to separate the two.
Yeah. Because here's what I sense too, on the other side, that sense of individuality is nowhere near as pronounced as it is in the 3D. So that's a shock somewhat as well.
Thank you. Do others have observations, shares?
There's a lot for me. What I really appreciate is how you, Jesse, how you work with questions and how you get us to that point. So like with Lynn, you made your observation and then she came back at you, and in her coming back at you, she was processing and she came to that experience. And what I find interesting too is being able to see different styles of all of us in terms of our processing and in terms of how we can be different with different people when we are voicing our support. Because I think we all support each other here, but the way in which we do that support is different, right? So that's of real value for me. Yeah, I think that's all I have for now. Thanks.
Can I ask a question?
Please do.
So this will demonstrate my naivety and my level as well. But when Jesse said to me, stop talking about it and tell us, stop talking, and I can't remember exactly how he said, stop talking and express it in a different way. I just like, how else can I express this? And then Craig said, yeah, you're using language to put on that like, that. Do you want me to get up in a dance rhythm and express it? How is it? Like you do not know the energy that's right now. It's freaking, it's probably the most intense I've ever felt it. But
Lynn, what do you think he's inviting you into?
what do I think Jesse's inviting me into?
Yeah. You did it for us 2 days ago. I was the willow tree.
Well, the obvious. Our genius. Our heart center.
Yes, but what is he inviting you to do?
I don't know what he's inviting me to do, Alison. He's inviting me to speak my heart.
Yeah, to speak your heart, but I'm just going to spell it out. Can I do that, Jessie?
Yeah,
Okay.
please do.
He's
Don't
inviting
leave me
you.
hanging. I be as blunt as possible with me.
He's inviting you to lead us with you in your experience of connecting, which is what you did that day with the tree. Do you remember doing that?
I do remember doing that, yeah.
Yeah, and that was, for want of any better term, a meditation.
It was electric, damn it.
Yeah, no,
And
I want your heart, Lynn Monahan. I want it. I want your heart. I want it all.
well, do you know what? You already have it all, because we're just
Well, I know, but I want to hear what it had to say today.
Yeah.
Whoever that wants to come out.
Yeah, I get you. What trapped me was that I just had a question that was coming from my head.
yeah.
Hey.
Jesse, you're on mute.
You wanted it, and you wanted
just
your
given out to me.
Yeah, and
so brilliant. But you know what? In all this, it's so brilliant because it's just light. I'm just light. I just whatever. Give it all to me. Like, do you realize how honored I am every single freaking day that I go to bed and wake up and know that I've met you and connected with you, and I have all your wisdom and all your guidance with me on these calls, and every single day and every single night and every single moment, like, and just the connection of oneness and wholeness and equal and allowing and centeredness and groundness and genius and greatness and gifts. It is just like, so I just had a question that I got caught up in in my head, maybe expecting somebody to give me an answer so that my ego knew, oh, there you go. I don't know. I don't need to know.
But your heart already knows.
Ah, yeah.
Your heart has known all along.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, it just wants to get out.
So Lynn, when I do the meditations, you were there yesterday with us, weren't you?
No, sweetheart, I wasn't there yesterday.
Weren't you? Okay. So yesterday at one point I asked permission to do the meditation, and what I said to them was, I'm dying to do a meditation. And Jessie said, we don't want you to die, you better do it. And it was because the energy was so strong, I had to, that's what I had to do. And you know what happens when I do it, it's not just me, it's because of what everybody else brings in, right? So what I want to say to you is that when you get what you got this morning, just say, I would like to lead us into something that I don't know where it's going to take us to. Because I don't know when I start those meditations. I don't know what's going to come out.
Beautiful.
I have no clue. It just comes. And you did that lead the other day so exquisitely. You've got that in you, and you've got, as Craig said, you've got this enormous, huge heart, and you've got that capacity to bridge from the heart into consciousness. And that experience is I think what everybody really comes for. That's what we really come for in the group.
Yes.
So can we stop talking about it and actually do this?
Just do it. JFDI.
So Lynn, here's the question that came to me. When you, about 5 minutes ago, when you started talking, you mentioned there was this energy that came across your left shoulder.
It's still here.
Okay,
yeah.
Start there. What's that? Give us that. What's in that? Don't think about it. What's in it?
I'm not thinking. I'm just going deeper into my heart.
There you go.
And there we go again. I got a blast in Alison. It's confirmation.
Yep.
So invite us in.
Invite
in and do the meditation with us. You're going into a land of the unknown, and we're going to go with you happily.
Yeah, or whatever it is.
Why not then just join me in the breaths that I'm taking first? As I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Oh my God. Oh
What was that?
God. I don't know.
It's pure joy.
Oh, it must be because I just thought of angel wings and joy came into my heart, and then I just start spontaneously. Oh, oh, jeepers. Oh,
Okay. Do you need a minute?
I'm just boundless. I have no I have no awareness of my body right now. I have no awareness of a differentiation between the contours of my body and where I am.
And I can feel it.
And I'm just so humble right now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where one meets all. This is where all of me becomes all of you.
How does
This
the
is where go Will.
how does the experience feel for others in this space too?
Well, my next as I rise up, I hold your hand and bring you with me. So I invite you to experience that oneness, that boundless, that deep, expansive, oneness, where everything's the same. Everything is free. With endless, with endless space for growth, expansion, fullness, completeness, and wholeness.
We are the quantum.
Mm. Where we all meet as one to do our beautiful dance is coming to my mind in such a unique but equal way. It's our uniqueness that makes us equal.
It's like ecstasy, eh?
That's where it's at. Drawing up from the depths.
Jeez Louise.
Or oh, the whole whale. From our base to whole way up, inviting the energy, the boundless infinite energy of the universe down into us, allowing the boat to join. To join together in that beautiful dance. See how they're both unique.
Mm,
Still maintain their uniqueness when they come together
mhm.
in their power, but even way more powerful. Boundless power. Mm. And boundless joy.
Mm,
The organism.
mm.
The merging with the
joy.
all.
The joy, the dance, the wholeness, the completeness, the uniqueness, the power of the organism. And in that, I am complete.
Can you feel the hugs, Lynn? The embrace.
Mm.
That just allowed it to be grounded and centered
Yeah,
and shielded.
yeah.
Mm.
Congratulations, honey.
Congratulations, Alison, for opening up your student.
Thank you for letting us embrace your genius, Lynn. Oh, that was big.
Safe space
Yes,
to
it
express it.
was.
Like still in it, man. So I don't want to leave it. So don't.
Yeah,
Let's take this,
exactly.
be here as we move through our day. Be here when we image our creation into the now and be here. Just like pure joy and ecstasy. And if it had a word.
I appreciate being in the space together much, much more than talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you, because I have a new fun connection with it all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, all of us do now.
I didn't even
Mm.
really know what you meant logically.
Well, yeah, it doesn't make any sense logically. That's why.
Yeah, totally.
You know, how do you describe with words what just happened? You can't.
Everything, nothing, and something.
Right?
And whether people were engaged or not is what they produced. That's their choice. They can't do anything more than just be a demonstration of what's possible. So Lynn, thank you for showing people how to, demonstrating how you are able to find your genius, your gifts, and your greatness, and that it's your journey and you're sharing it with others, inviting them into it with you so you can learn from them.
Yeah. Like, remember Wayne Dyer used to say, go to the gap.
Yep.
And I never understood that in my head. Like I never got it. But where Lynn took us today, I now understand it in my heart and in my whole body, like my whole field. I feel it now. Like that's what he meant. He was putting into words.
And what I will relate that to is like we now have a feeling, we know what we're going for, and that becomes our anchor. And when we're out of balance with that is the wobble. Nothing more. Just like, oh, why am I off of that? I don't know.
Wow. It's just a shift in the energy is all. A
Yes.
shift in focus.
Yeah.
And did you hear that laughter?
Oh yeah.
Like, that was freaking amazing. That was like,
And I love how you reference it like you reference it from the place of observing it. You don't say, did you hear my laughter? You said, did you hear the laughter? Because that was just the expression of that space.
mm, mm. I'm freaking bringing myself back there every time.
Anger.
Lynn, I'm laughing out loud. I had my mic off, but I just thought, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like if I went to one of those, religious baths or something, and I got dunked in and I came up like like with a big shell of the old release, and now I'm like free. Sorry.
So Allison, there's your oyster.
Well, there's my pull.
Yeah. Don't know how it'll show up today.
Yeah.
Don't want to know how it'll show up today.
Don't need to know.
Yep.
Just need to look for it. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, so that you can enjoy it when you see it. But there's also there's this incredible, like Lynn said, the sense of humility, that by being what you are, you provide sustenance and beauty and sustainability and a whole host of things just by being what you are.
We all are enough just as we are.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the moment requires.
Authenticity.
And allows, hey, Craig.
Yes. I know I'm going to pay closer attention to the intention that's inside that energy that flew across the shoulder. Okay. There's like, that's from, it came from the other side.
Yeah.
It was a gift. It was a momentary gift. And I'm overjoyed that we got to explore that one today. Because they happen every day and we've ignored most of them.
Yeah. Hmm.
Who would like to close it?
I'll close it because I've noticed that that as a group we're in a very different space right now than we were even 10, 15 minutes ago. As a result of that experience together. And I trust it to continue on deeply, deeply into the day.
Is this the feeling of flow? Like, and when I said that, it like you. So just forget that.
So what answer came to you, Will? What answer came to that question for you?
It's like I'm still experiencing it in my body. Like I'm still feeling the euphoria. But when I asked the question, it kind of felt like it slowed down. It kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Change the question.
What is this experience? What is this feeling? Allison says it's what the yogis call bliss. Yeah. Like, is that experience and that feeling really our true nature? Is that who
Yes.
we really are? Like, that's what it feels like to be in our heart, to be who the energy that we are, to experience superconscious. I'm always trying to
As far as
conceptualize it. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
New question, Will.
Yeah.
New question. Ask it what it is. Ask it what it is.
Well, why are you editing it? Why aren't you just taking the information?
The experience?
The information you're getting, why are you like arguing with it?
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh. It's just my curious
You
nature.
ask the question and then you're not happy with the answer. What expectations are in that? You're not trusting yourself then. And that's the information you're telling yourself. And of course not. So you can keep that pattern going if you want. It's not going to serve you.
So by asking questions and trying to define that experience,
Will,
Yeah.
how would your heart speak to it?
I
'Cause
don't,
the-
I don't know. I'm just in it.
Good. Good. Stay there.
Okay. Is that a command?
And don't try and define it.
Okay.
Hey, Will,
Yeah.
does it feel good?
Yeah.
That's it. Oh,
Well, it's
stop.
I kind of kicked myself out of it by talking about it.
Oh,
It's okay. Lesson learned.
I'm just
That's
like
what
blown
brought me
away.
to it.
I'm blown away at how few words you use to like share the experience of it. And you managed to share the experience of it, and we were able to just go there.
Because every time you do, you build your savings account. And that is exactly what we have been doing in this group every morning.
Alison, can you repeat that? Because every time you do what?
Every time you do, you
Mhm.
add to your savings account. And that's what we've been doing every morning.
Filling
We've
your
been
cup.
building the experience. We've been building the energy. And you can feel it. Other people can't. Other people ask me during the week, can they come back? And I spent an hour of my time wrestling with, can they, can't they, what should we? And then I heard things from it, sure. But they're not coming back because they can't feel it. And they're never going to, I don't think. If you can't feel what we feel in this group now, it's going to take quite a while for you to be ready to feel it. And you are ready. And you're here and you're giving your all.
We've also done a lot of foundational work to bring us to this point.
Of course.
I
Not
should have
everyone
taken
has done
a
that.
sign language class before I started this group.
Taking a wet class?
Sign language class before I started. Jesse. I'm there. What?
That wouldn't
I know
help
the
you, Lynn.
alphabet.
That's
No,
your
it wouldn't
future
help
memory
me. I
kicking
know.
in.
I'm very aware it wouldn't help me. My intuition will.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know what Jesse's signing, but it's not ASL. I think it's just super conscious signing.
Yes, totally.
Your heart will continue to create new ways to express itself because the words don't exist.
I love that. Oh. Oh, I tell you, the people that are in my life are so freaking lucky.
Yeah, they are.
I know.
They have no idea.
Yeah. Especially your children.
Oh, I am so.
Yes.
Mm.
And the people that judge us, that might be in our circles and judge us and label us, they have no idea what they're missing out on. And it's sad and it's unfortunate, but that's their choice.
It is. Maybe one day. But for now, we just show, we lead to our hearts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the most honorable way.
So here's what I'm getting to kind of sum up this last segment. Focus on the energy and the people that are here that have become present. So that includes the people that keep showing up in this group, but also the people who we relate to on a daily basis outside of here. So for example, for Lynn, that's her children and her husband. Because she's the bridge to that unit. Okay, and Will, you talked earlier today about reigniting something with your wife. That's it too. Okay, because you're in, that makes her in, if that makes any sense. Okay, and let's take the focus off of anything, any energy or any person who's not in.
Agreed.
Because that's not our responsibility.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's not, yeah, you know, I want to make sure that it doesn't come out like it's judgment of any kind.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we know who connects. Okay, our hearts
Yeah.
know who connects. And
we
so our focus needs to be in exploring the connections that are here, the connections between our hearts and each other, and the energetics, and the spiritual input that's around us, and all of that stuff, and bringing it all in together into a union. Into oneness. Yeah, we all need to experience oneness. We need to experience that together. And I'm complete.